Oh my gosh, I am so sorry I'm late. I was on the can. Hi guys, sorry it took so long. Had a few hiccups down the road, but it's okay, cause now the road's gone and they took my car. So, yeah. Hold on, what does the title say again? Yes. What am I doing? We'll talk about that later. What am I doing with Pizza Game? That's a bit of a difficult question to answer. Let's get into it, shall we? Let's start from the last video, back in the olden days of 7 months ago. And we're just two random dudes with too much free time, so it's gonna take a while. But I think we can do it. I know we can. Yeah, not gonna lie, it's taking way longer than I thought. So, what's happened since then? First, it was a Halloween update. A month later. Then, 3 months later, we had the kinda unfinished main menu update, and then, finally, nothing. But why? What happened? What was the blockage? And that is a question that I am going to try my hardest to answer because I barely know myself. So the main menu update was like a ton of work and I was really tired, so I took a break to work on something else that I won't talk about right now. Then in January, I kinda attempted to get back into it, but wasn't exactly sure what to do since the to-do list just kept growing. But eventually in February, I got my bearings and finally started working on stage 3. And we made some of the map, got some enemies, some new perks, game mechanics, and then I crashed. Again. Because after too long of being stubborn, I realized the concept of if the first Doom was fun, then why can't this be, is kinda killing the project and my drive to make it. The game wasn't good, and I realized it too late. At that point, I went soy boy mode and sulked in my sheets for like a day. But then I decided, let's figure out why it's bad and just fix it. Easy peasy. Yep. So I went to Old Faithful. Oh, wise GMTK. Tell me why my game sucks butt.
Sabotage the sale. Sabotage.
And I found out a lot. Just go watch the video. It's a great breakdown on what makes a good and bad roguelike. He always puts a ton of work and research into his breakdowns, so it's a good watch, even if you aren't a developer. Without going too much into details, I decided that the game needs to stop trying to be a roguelike and accept its place as a roguelite. So now that you're mostly caught up, I'll answer the question, what am I doing? Working on Pizza Game is what I'm doing, not any other game. Totally. Yep. So, I've decided to fix the core gameplay loop of the game. Issue number 1. The completely random nature of the perk system made every build feel bland. Like every run was the same. Issue number 2, the player is almost always nerfed down to the same point. Unless you're the best player out there, it doesn't really matter how well you do, the game will always give you the same rewards. Issue number 3, the game is just too unforgiving. Each run doesn't change enough to justify complete permadeath. So how do we fix these core issues? Well, issue 1 and 2 can be fixed with the same solution. Make Drav give you more choices depending on how many souls you give him. This way, when a player does well and gets more souls than necessary, they're rewarded with a way to build their build in a way that they would like. However, while this solution fixes 2 problems, it creates one more. The kiosk is now useless. The rewards from the kiosk are simply not good enough to justify going there. The player is supposed to end a game with like 21 luck, 14 crystal crit, 10 shotgun crit, blah blah blah. But with this new system, people will most likely end off with like 3 luck and 2 crit. So how do we fix this new issue? Daily deals. Every level, a daily deal will be generated. These deals are bulk packages of luck, crits, and perk tickets, but they cost more than a single roll. So you can get these bulk packages instead of constantly wasting your souls on nothing rolls. And if you have 1 or 2 extra souls, you can still do single rolls. So it all works great. In theory. Issue 3. Dying sucks. Solution? Well, make dying suck less. The upgrade system for Pizza Game was implemented so players can feel like they're actually moving forward in the game even if they die. However, that didn't work. Like, at all. The upgrades are too disconnected from the game itself, being in the main menu, and also don't really do much. The effects are too minimal to make players feel like something has changed, like they have a better chance. Now, I could just go redo the upgrades, but then death would still kinda suck. I want to revamp it entirely. Enter the Requiem shop. Every time the player dies, their accumulated score will be checked. If they have a high enough score, they will be allowed into the Requiem shop. There, the player can buy back perks they've lost, buy buffs, chance modifiers, etc. And these upgrades and buffs will last between runs. When you get out of the shop, you will be sent back to the beginning of the stage, so you won't lose the entire campaign worth of progress. However, if you don't have a high enough score to get into the shop, your save will be cleared and you will be sent all the way back to the very beginning. So it is still a roguelite, but now you have a chance to save yourself if you're playing well enough, and a chance to progress through runs. So, there you have it. That's what I'm doing. Who am I kidding? Alright, truth is, I'm kind of on another break at the moment. Pizza game is a bit too heavy for me to work on right now, so I'm taking a bit of time on another game, Chord. I'm a really big fan of a game called Signalis, so I wanted to make a project inspired by it. Not only that, but I wanted to take a break from the FPS genre. So Chord is the complete opposite of Pizza Game. This is a slow-paced horror game where you're supposed to take your time and analyze your surroundings, solve puzzles, and manage resources. The game is going to be very story-heavy and will most likely take a bit longer to complete than Pizza Game. But don't worry, I'll get back to Pizza Game soon, but I'm having a lot of fun with this game right now, and I think you guys might too. Maybe. I might talk about Chord a bit more in the future, since the development process is much cleaner than Pizza Games, so it's a bit easier to talk about. And that's where I'm at. Even with the changes I have completed in the Pizza Game update, it's already feeling a lot better. And I'm sure when we're done, it will feel a lot better for you guys to play. I'm gonna try to get this out to you guys soon, but until then, thank you all for being so patient. We really appreciate it. Have a great day, guys. Bye.